Nadeem Bukhari notes. Linguistics. Behaviouristic theory of learning. Para number 1. The marvelous capacity that every individual has for acquiring one's first language has been a subject of investigation for centuries. The two important theories put forward in the study of first language acquisition are behaviouristic theory expounded by Skinner in his classic book, Verbal Behaviour, and nativistic theory given by Chomsky. According to Skinner, learning or change of behaviour is brought about by a process known as operant conditioning. Operant means that it is voluntary behaviour, it is the result of the learner's own free will, not forced by any outside person or thing. The learner of operator demonstrates the new behaviour first as a response to a system of rewards and punishment and finally as an automatic response. Para number 2. Skinner conducted his original experiments with animals. In a typical experiment, a rat is put in a box containing a bar. If it presses the bar, it is rewarded with a pellet of food. Nothing forces it to press the bar. The first time it probably does so accidentally. When the rat finds that the food arrives, it presses the bar again. Eventually it finds that if it is hungry it can obtain food by pressing the bar. Then the task is made more difficult. The rat only gets rewarded if it presses the bar while a light is flashing. At first the rat is puzzled. Eventually it learns the trick. Then the task is made more difficult again. This time the rat receives food if it presses the bar a certain number of times. After initial confusion it learns to do this also. And so on and so forth. The operant conditioning thus can be explained in terms of stimulus-response reinforcement and repetition. Para number 3. Skinner eventually applied his theory of learning through operant conditioning to the study of how humans learn language. Behaviorists believe that learning a language is no different from learning anything else, it becomes a habit formed by the stimulus-response reinforcement repetition process. Behaviorists also claim that we learn by imitation and association. For example, a young child hears the word biscuit every time he is given one. He soon associates the word biscuit with the actual thing. His parents are pleased that he has learnt another word and so his response is reinforced. The same is true for strings of sounds, phrases, and sentences which the child hears. By imitating the sounds that his mother and father make, rather than any of the others in the vast range of sounds he is able to produce, the baby will soon gain comfort by associating these sounds with those made by his parents. He will again gain positive reinforcement from his parents who will be pleased with him. At first those sounds are just noises for the baby, they have no real meaning. Gradually, however, he will begin to associate words with things and actions. His parents will reinforce these associations in the form of acknowledgement showing that they understand him and by giving him what he wants. Para number 4. Thus the extreme behaviouristic position would be that the child comes into the world with a clean slate having no preconceived notions about the world or about language, and this child is then shaped by his environment, slowly conditioned through various schedules of reinforcement. Language is considered a fundamental part of total human behavior, and behaviorists have examined it as such and sought to formulate a theory of L1 acquisition based on this notion. Para number 5. The behaviouristic approach focuses on the immediately perceptible aspects of linguistic behaviour, the publicly observable responses and the relationships or associations between these responses and events in the world surrounding them. A behaviourist might consider effective language behaviour to be the production of correct responses to stimuli. If a particular response is reinforced, it then becomes habitual or conditioned. Thus the child produces linguistic responses that are reinforced. This is true of his comprehension as well as production responses. Para number 6. Skinner has not been without his critic. Chomsky launched the bitterest attack on him. He considered Skinner's theory inappropriate for explaining the generative aspect of the language.